guys, today we're going to be doing another We Need to Talk video. Basically what I do in these videos is just I review products that I've had in my collection for a while. I've had some time to test out and now I'm ready to give my thoughts. These are products that I haven't done separate videos on, so some of this you might not even know that I have because I don't make videos with everything that I own, since I am for the most part an eyeshadow based channel and that's what I prefer being. So I have a lot of things here that are not eyeshadows that I would like to talk to you about and give you my thoughts. All of these products have been sent to me kindly in PR by the brands and I'm so thankful and I'm so excited to be able to test all of these out. And I think I'm also going to do a separate video with things that I need to review that I haven't gotten in PR but that I've bought with my own money. But I thought that since I have so many products that I feel like I need to review right now, it's better to just kind of split them up so you can choose what you want to watch yourself. So let's just get into this. So the first brand that's been so nice to send me a lot of things lately, I think I've gotten like 3 packages from this brand in the past couple of months, and this is Good Molecules. Now I've been testing out a lot of their skincare. I've said in the past, I'm not very good at reviewing skincare because I just don't know that much about skincare, and skincare to me is more of a chore than self-care. Like I don't really enjoy doing my skincare, so it's something that I do on days where I can be bothered. But I have had quite a lot of time to test out a lot of these products and I definitely have formed some opinions. Now, like I said, take my opinions on skincare with a little bit of a grain of salt because I don't have that many things to compare it to. I haven't tested out like a ton of skincare products, so I don't have that best experience with reviewing skincare. So I just want to put that out there and make a little disclaimer. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the Instant Cleansing Balm. This is probably my second favorite product that I've tried from Good Molecules. I really like this cleansing balm. You can see I've used almost all of this. There's not a lot left. What I do when I cleanse, I usually first do an oil cleanse and then this is my second cleanse. So I don't know how good this is at really taking off makeup because I usually do a cleanse before I use this, but this really gets off like the rest of my makeup and it makes my skin feel really nice, not too dried out, and it does the job, it does what it's supposed to do, and that's why I like it. And also all of these products are quite inexpensive, so I would definitely say that if you want to kind of try out some new products, this is a good place to start without having to spend a lot of money. The next thing that they sent me were 3 of their serums. They did ask me the first time they contacted me what my skin type was, and I do have quite oily skin and I do tend to have a lot of hormonal breakouts, so that is like my problem area, I would say, is that I'm very prone to breakouts. So these are the ones that they sent me that they thought that I would like and that would be suitable for my skin. So the first one here is the hyaluronic acid. I love this. This is everything. Like this, I will say, this is the first hyaluronic acid serum that I've ever tried. So again, take my opinion with a grain of salt, but I've been really liking this. I feel like my skin really enjoys it. You know when you just put something on your skin and it doesn't react at all and it just sinks in immediately and it just feels good? Like that's how this feels to me. I will say with all of these products, I haven't really noticed like a huge difference in really tiny things that's going on in my skin. I'm not one of those people who like stand in front of the mirror and like examine everything that's going on with my skin. Like I don't care what my pores are doing. If it's tiny little things like, I don't know, a little bit of redness or a little bit of breakout or a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like I don't care. Like I'm not gonna every night try to like nitpick and see if anything has changed, so I haven't really felt like there's been any like huge change, but I will say that I feel like maybe I've been breaking out a little bit less than I normally do when I've used all of these products and when I'm consistent with them. But other than that, I would say that my skin just seems to like the products that I put on my face and they feel good. Now, the next serum is one that I tend to forget to use this a lot of the time because I don't really understand exactly what it does. It does say on it what it does. This is the niacinamide serum. And it says it's supposed to refine skin texture and minimize pores. Again, I don't really care what my pores are doing. My pores aren't like a really big problem area of mine. Like, of course I have them, but we all do, but I just don't really care that much. So this is one of those products that I feel like I forget to use because I don't feel like I feel immediate results. Whereas with the hyaluronic acid, every time I put that on my skin, I just feel like my skin just absorbs it very nicely and it just feels really nice afterwards. Whereas this is the kind of product that I think you need to use very consistently over a very long period of time. And since I don't really have that much of a problem skin other than like breakouts, I don't really feel like I'm going to see a difference using this all the time, but I still do use it from time to time when I remember. and it's a really nice formula. That's really all I can say. Like I said, I suck at reviewing skincare, so I still just want to show you the products that they sent me as a gratitude to them. And I also, since I have been using them and I have been enjoying them, I do want to kind of give them a shout out, you know? So I would say that the product in here that kind of surprised me the most, and is something that I've never used before I received this, is the overnight exfoliating treatment. This one says formulated with 10% AHA and BHA to resurface and renew. So this is like not a physical exfoliant, but like, what is the opposite of physical? I don't know, but you know what I mean. This doesn't have like any grit or anything to it. It's just a serum, and when you put it on, it kind of tingles a little bit, and it's supposed to really like cleanse your skin from the inside out, I guess. I'm not really sure exactly how all of this works. So like I said, take this with a grain of salt. But I really do feel like when I use this once or twice a week, that my skin seems to be fighting the breakouts a little bit more. I don't know if that makes sense, but I will get like little bumps, but they don't really escalate. Like they kind of just like go back in after a little while. Like I don't feel like I have those really, really bad breakouts, even though I have been breaking out a lot more lately and my skin has been looking a lot worse because I have not been wearing as much makeup, and when I don't wear makeup, I pick at my face, and so that's kind of like my issue, I guess, with not wearing makeup, is that my skin is always a lot worse. So I feel like the more I wear makeup, the better my skin is. Whereas I know that's like the completely different story to what everyone else probably says. But anyway, so far I really like these serums. I'm going to keep using them. Again, I don't really know exactly if they like do that much because I don't examine my skin that closely. Now this last product that I was sent from them is the Pineapple Exfoliating Powder. Now this is a physical exfoliant because this has a little bit of grit to it. It's basically a powder that you mix with water and then you cleanse your face with it. Obviously don't get it in your eyes because that would hurt, but I love how smooth my skin feels after I use this. But since I usually do an oil cleanse and then I do a second cleanse, this has to be my third cleanse, because I need that second cleanse to remove the last of my eye makeup. So a lot of the time I don't use this because cleansing 3 times is just a pain in the ass. And I only cleanse my face at the end of the day when I'm wearing makeup and I need to get it all off. Like in the morning, I don't really cleanse my face. I just go in with a toner because I find that to be enough. So this is the kind of product that it's a little bit of a hassle to use just because of the fact that it has to be my third cleanse. And by the time I'm done with my second one, I just want to be done. So I haven't used it that many times. I've used it 4 times now, and I really, really do enjoy it the times that I use it, but it's not something that I can see myself like using all that often. But since it is an exfoliant anyway, you're probably not supposed to use it that much. So I would say overall, I've been very impressed by all of the things that I've tried from Good Molecules, and I already know that I'm going to repurchase this cleansing balm when I'm out of it, and I'm also going to repurchase the hyaluronic acid and keep using those because I just think that they're great. So the next brand that I would like to talk a little bit about is Anna Sui. They have sent me their spring collection. I don't know why I never ended up actually making a video with all of these things, but I think it's because I got so excited when I got them that I just started using them right away because I wanted to test them out, and it just never ended up being a video. And by the time I had kind of like tested all of them out, I was like, well, it's too late to do a first impression with them now, so I might as well just wait until I have my thoughts together and I can review them. So here we are. So I want to show you the things that I got. So they did send me 2 mirrors actually. This is kind of like a foldable mirror. I haven't really been able to use this a lot because this is something that I would have in my purse or bring traveling. It's not something that I'm gonna really be like holding while I'm doing my makeup, but it is a really, really cute mirror. And of course, with all Anna Sui packaging, it is on point. I love that they have like this beautiful black sleek, it's just really nice packaging. I love their packaging of everything. The next thing they sent me was a pressed powder. This is what it looks like. I'm not really a pressed powder person unless I put it in my purse and I use it to touch up during the day. And obviously I haven't gone anywhere for like the last 2 months, so this hasn't been really used that much. I have tried to use it to touch up here and there just at home, and I find it to be very good for that purpose. But this is definitely something that's going to live in my purse from now on because I don't really use pressed powder on a daily basis. But the powder that I definitely would like to give a little bit more of a shout out is their loose powder. So here's how it comes. You actually have to buy the container or the whatever you call this separately, and then you have to buy the powder that you put inside of it. So this is like a refill thing that you can buy when you're out. And also this container is so cute and could totally be used for other things that's not powder. But the powder itself is really, really nice. It's what I have on my face today. Obviously you can't really see it because it's a powder, but I would say that I really like this powder. And the thing that I like about it is that it's not so thick that it feels heavy on your skin, but it's also not so thin that you can't really like get a little bit of extra coverage with it. It's not like it has coverage, but it's got a little bit of a tint, like just a smidge of a tint, and I really like that. But I'm also not like the most picky when it comes to loose powders. I find that most loose powders work on me. I'm not one who bakes, so for me, I can't really judge a powder on whether or not it's good to bake with. I just set my face and I dust it off very quickly. And so most powders work for me, and I really do like this powder. Do I think it's worth the money and that you can't find like better, cheaper powders? Probably not, because I still like my Wet n Wild powder the most out of every powder that I have in my collection, and that thing is like $6 or something. But I'm very grateful to have this, and I will absolutely use it up, and I really do enjoy having this on my desk in front of me so I can look at it every day, because this is just so beautiful. I really enjoy the feeling of using this powder. This is more of like a luxury item to me, where it's not just about the product itself, but it's about the experience that you get when using it. They also sent me 2 little eyeshadow duos, which are like the cutest things ever. Like, they come with this little heart packaging, and then inside you have a duo of eyeshadows. I will say that the eyeshadows themselves, I have tried these off camera when I was doing very, very quick makeup, and I wasn't going anywhere. I was just quickly throwing these on my eyes, and I will say they're all kind of satin formulas, and you guys know I'm not really into satins, but also these kind of eyeshadows are just not made for people who do makeup the way that I do. Like, these are meant for people who just want a very quick, like, one color all over the lid kind of eyeshadow look. These are like a matte satin hybrid. Like, they're not even really a satin, but they're very subtle. So obviously this is not something that I would go for every day, but I can see where these has a place in someone else's collection. It's just not really something that I know that I'm going to reach for, if that makes sense. So you can see here, they're very, very just basic shadow. I don't feel like there's anything special about these, but I feel like if you want something quick, something very small and compact that you can throw in your purse, these will probably be great for you, but they're not something that I feel like has a place in my collection the way that I like to do my makeup. But that doesn't mean they're a bad product, it just means that they're not meant for someone like me. But the stars of the show are by far the blushes that they sent me. You guys know, if you've been on my channel for a while, I love Anna Sui blushes. I have so many of them. I absolutely adore them. They are great. So I will show you the ones that they sent me. I'm wearing one of them today. So as you can see, they are looking quite messy because I've played with these a lot. So this first one here is more of like a mauve-y pink, whereas when you look at it, it's got a lot of purple in it, but that's kind of what makes it the mauve. So these are very, very interesting because I feel like sometimes when I go to put them on, they're looking a little bit patchy because all of the colors aren't blended nicely together into my brush. But then as soon as I start to like buff it into my skin, it all just turns into like one beautiful kind of satiny finished color on my cheeks. And I just think that they are beautiful. My favorite is definitely this one. This is more of like a corally orange. And I just think that this is so pretty. Like, I could probably have this blush and wear it for the rest of my life and not get sick of it. Okay, maybe not, because I like variety, but I really, 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 really like the color of this blush, and I think it's so versatile. I think it's so beautiful. It's not too out there. It's easy to work with. It's just so stunning. I need to buy myself another compact because they only sent me one and I have the other one in plastic, so I might have to buy another one of these because I know I'm going to be using these blushes constantly. Maybe I can actually take this, or maybe I can put both of these in like an MTC palette, like a magnetic palette, because they are magnetic. Maybe that's what I'll do. That's probably a good idea. But overall, I really like all of the things that I've tried from Anna Sui. I think that their products are amazing. Also, this little mirror that's up there, they also sent me that one. That's more of a, it's not a handheld mirror because it has a stand on it, but it's very nice and small. But I just like to display it because it's really cute. All of their things are just so cute. I have another powder in here that I just quickly want to mention, and this is one that I was sent by Menagerie Cosmetics. This is their Camouflage Soft Focus Setting Powder. You guys have seen me use this in a video where I got this powder, and I would say that I probably like the Anna Sui powder just a smidge more because my only issue with this, it's not really an issue, it's just that sometimes if I pick up too much on my brush and I kind of like smash it on my face, which I tend to do with powders because I need a lot of powder to set my face, so if I go overboard, I don't really mind that. But the thing is, if I smash it on my face a little too hard, sometimes I have a hard time like kind of dusting away all of the residue because this is more of a white powder than a powder that's more of my skin tone. So since this is kind of a light powder, I feel like it leaves kind of a white cast if I put on too much. So you have to be a little bit careful, and also you're not able to get as much out of this because of the netting that you are on the other one, because the other one just has a bigger surface that you can put your brush into. But if you're someone who just likes to lightly dust your face with powder, I think that this would be perfect. I mean, it's a really good powder. I just don't think it's my absolute favorite in my collection. Next up, I want to talk about two things that I was sent from Juno Co. I also was sent their sponges, which I haven't tried yet, and I feel bad about it, but I'm not really a sponge person. I'm grateful that I have them in my collection for if I ever run out of brushes and I need a sponge. I'll probably try to use it, but it's just not one of those things that's on the front of my mind that I need to try it. It's their microfiber sponge. They also sent me another one. I don't even know what the difference is, honestly. But the things that I would like to talk about is the Moonshine, what is this thing even called? It's the Moonshine Miracle Cream. So this is advertised as a primer as well as a moisturizer. So that's how I've been using it. I've been using it before my makeup. This is a very, very thick cream, and I can't really have like very thick creams on my skin in a thick layer before I go in with my makeup, because I do have oily skin, so I use very, very little of this. But I will say that my skin feels so nice and moisturized after I use this cream. It's really more of a moisturizer. I don't really feel like as a primer it does anything, but it really does moisturize my skin, and I can even see myself using this as more of a night cream because of how thick and moisturizing it is. But since I already have a moisturizer that I really like to use at night, I'm just gonna keep using this before my makeup, and I've been really enjoying it. And I also just really love the packaging. It's just so luxurious, and just like, it's one of those things that I like to look at while I do my makeup, and just having both of these like in front of me, it makes me want to use them. Whereas if I have something else that's not as aesthetically pleasing, it makes me not want to use it as much as something that looks good. So packaging for me, I'm definitely a sucker for like very pretty packaging. So when something has a packaging that looks like this, I'm just more likely to use it. Not gonna lie, I've been really liking it. And the last thing that they sent me was this Cherry Bomb face palette. This one is also from Juno Co, like I was saying before. And this is just a beautiful face palette. I've been really enjoying this. I think that the formulas in here are really, really, really nice. The bronzer is probably my least favorite out of the bunch, but I love the color. It's just, it tends to get a little bit patchy sometimes, just like a tiny bit. It's not really an issue to blend out, but I find that I need to be not as heavy-handed as I can be with some other bronzers. But the color of this bronzer is everything. It's just so perfect. It's not too cool toned that it's a contour, but it's also not so warm toned that it looks like a bronzer. Like, it's sort of like a hybrid between a bronzer and a contour shade, and I really, really like that. Sometimes I'm in the mood for like a warmer tone bronzer, but for the most part I like something more like the neutral side when it comes to bronzers, and I just feel like this is perfect for my skin tone, and it's also not like so pigmented that I feel like I have to be very careful with it, and I really like that. The blush in here is almost a little bit too on the shimmery side, which I don't really say that often. Let me actually put a little bit of this on so you can just see what I mean. So it definitely leaves quite a glow on the skin, and I almost feel like it's a little bit too much, but it is really, really, really beautiful, and I like the color of it a lot. I just wish that maybe it was a little bit less shimmery. I do think that this is probably going to be more of a winter blush for me, because sometimes when I put too many kind of overly shiny things on my face in the summer, I just don't look that good at the end of the day, because I do have oily skin, like I've said a couple of times, and it looks a little bit too dewy, and it starts to look a little greasy at the end of the day, and I don't like that look. So this is going to be more of a winter blush for me, but the rest of the palette is stunning. This highlighter is such a smooth formula. I really, really like how versatile it is. Like, the color of this is honestly like kind of a perfect everyday highlighter. Like, look at this. It's just like a champagne-y goodness. I don't even know what else to say. Like, it's something that I could see myself wearing for a special occasion when I can't really wear like a yellow glittery highlighter, you know? Like, this is like a normal person, everyday glam highlighter. Maybe not everyday and glam in the same sentence. You know what I mean? It's very much a glam highlighter, and I just think that the formula is beautiful. This other one, on the other hand, is maybe a smidge too light for me. It has a little bit too much of like a white undertone, but the formula is beautiful. It's more of a glittery formula. It's definitely more out there. These two layered are stunning. I just think that this little palette, I can absolutely see me traveling with this I think that this is going to be something that's going to come with me whenever I travel for Christmas, because we always travel for Christmas. And during the winter time, like I said, I think this is going to be a little bit more suitable for me than in the summer. So yeah, I'm just really happy to have this, and I'm happy to have been able to try this. This is not something that I even knew existed until they sent it to me. So thank you so much to Juno Co for sending this my way. If you know, they ever watch this video, which they probably won't. But the last thing that I want to mention is actually some nail polishes that I was sent, and usually I don't ever accept nail polishes. I've had some brands reach out to me, but I always get my nails done at a salon, but obviously during this time I haven't been able to do that. They reached out to me just as everything was closing down, and I hadn't had my nails done in a while, and I was like, yes, send it to me, I need this, because I don't have any nail polishes in my house. So it just turned out to be really good timing. So the brand in question here is called Madame Glam New York. They ended up sending me 3 of their gel polishes, and I really like the colors of these. I think that they are so beautiful. But I will say, the thing about these nail polishes is that they're kind of a unique formula. They're kind of on the sheer side, and when I first used it, I used this red, and this one was quite nice and opaque. I really liked it. So I'm not sure if you will be able to see like the consistency of this, but it's definitely like kind of it's hard to explain, but it's not the most opaque color. Like I said, this one was nice and opaque when I used it. I did have to do 2 layers with it. It turned out crappy because I suck at applying any kind of polish, but I did take a picture of it, and I think that it looked really nice on the nails, even though the application was shit. But the other 2 colors, I'm not sure I like these as much. Obviously this is how these are supposed to be, so if you like something that's more on the sheer side, the green one is definitely sheer, so is the pink one. My sister-in-law used both of these, one on each hand, so we could see what they looked like. And I would say that it's not something that I would wear on top of my normal nails. I think I would have to have like opaque base of some sort underneath. Usually I get acrylics done because my nails are so weak, and I like to have them a little bit longer than my natural nails. So I would say that for me, these aren't my favorites, but what I've been really enjoying is this little lamp that they sent me. So this is so you can do your own nail polish, and obviously if you do gel, you need to have something like this so that the polish will actually set down. And gel just lasts so much longer. And I've also been really enjoying the base coat as well as the top coat. What I'm wearing today is actually another gel polish, but I've been using these with other polishes, and I think that these are amazing. They're so good. They make my polish last for such a long time, and honestly, I struggle to take off my polish. Like, I have worn this now for probably a week and a half, and like they still haven't really chipped, and they still look great. So far I've been really enjoying all of these. I think it's just that formula on the nail polishes themselves that just aren't really my thing. Have I been saying lipstick at all this whole time? I don't know. I almost had lipstick now when I stopped myself, and now I'm questioning everything I just said in the past 5 minutes. I hope I haven't been calling these lipsticks. If I have, I'm so sorry. But even though I don't really like the formula on these in particular, just because of how sheer they are, I would still absolutely make an order from them to try like their other polishes. I think that this is just one of the polishes in their range, and it's just more of like a unique formula that they have, but I'm pretty sure they have more opaque and normal nail polishes as well. But like I said, the star of the show for me is definitely the top coat and the base coat as well as the lamp. I've been having so much fun with that, and I actually almost kind of enjoy doing my own nails now, which that's not to say I'm not going to ever get my nails done at a salon again, but knowing that I have the stuff that I need to do it at home is really nice, and it's probably going to save me quite a bit of money. So this just came at the perfect time, and I'm just very grateful. Thank you if you guys ever watched this. I really needed this because I needed somehow to get my nails done, and I didn't have any, so it was just perfect. So those were all of the products that I wanted to review for you guys. Let me know if you want to see a video where I review things that I bought with my own money lately. I've actually bought quite a bit of foundation, so if you want to see maybe like reviewing my last 5 foundations that I've bought or something like that, let me know, because I feel like that could maybe be quite interesting. So thank you for watching as always. If you want to see some more review videos, here's a few more. And if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.